Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber and viewer here, and if you are new here, my name is Paige Hebert. I am a commentary YouTuber. I originally already had this video done previously, but when I went to originally upload it on YouTube, it was absolutely a nightmare. The file size of my video apparently was too large for YouTube, and I tried to convert it as much as I can, and it didn't even work out, so I'm redoing everything on this video. But I did save some of the clips from the video that I originally worked on, because I did save on some of those clips that I was going to use from one of my old videos that have aged like milk, so I will be using those clips so I don't have to keep re-looking from my old videos on my computer to be, to what we're going to be discussing here. That was a lot of fun to have to deal with it, so I'm redoing everything again. I just want to talk about why I no longer like Plagued Moth. If you guys haven't seen in my last video when I talked about I'm tired of people using violence for a political voice and everything like that from the last video here. So I mentioned in that video that was so bad that I no longer follow or like Plagued Moth after that. Now, there were already other problems with him in the past, and I originally defended him back in 2023 when that creepy reading was at first, like nonstop harassing Plagued Moth and claiming that Moth was, selling gore, claims that I thought Moth was innocent, and looking back to it now, he is not. So I'm going to be not defending him this time. As much as I don't like that creepy reading anymore, because I think he's way too sensitive at things that he doesn't need to be sensitive about. I'm going to show you some of the clips of the videos I did make up defending Plagued Moth in the past. Now, I want to make this very clear. They're not taken out of the channel, I just unlisted them. They're technically public, but you have to be sent to a link. So I will leave those outdated videos down in the description below, but I am going to tell you they've aged like rotting milk. Looking through all of it, I do not like that creepy reading anymore, which I might make a video on that at least, why I don't like him anymore, because I did like that creepy reading in the past until that whole debacle with the whole Plagued Moth versus him and just the rest of the content creators against Plagued Moth. So now looking back through all of it, now I understand why Plagued Moth was called out for so many reasons, and I'm gonna get to why. Now, before I get to this, no, it's not just gonna be everything political that he has said, because I do have a problem with Plagued Moth being a far leftist, which if you look through his social media and if you look through like even some of his videos now, which by the way, his old Plagued Moth YouTube channel, his original YouTube channel is no longer there now. I think it's completely terminated, and I don't think he's gonna get it back this time. He has his channel No Happy Endings, where that's where he makes most of his content at now. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, if you look through some of Plagued Moth's content and he spouts out randomly his far leftist ideology, like how Animat will do at his videos, yeah, I do not like that, and honestly, it is very annoying. Believe me, though, that is the least of our problems, because it gets so much worse when we get into it, because actually, this was one of the reasons why I stopped liking Plagued Moth, because last month, when Charlie Kirk died, he made a joke video where he showed the assassination part where Charlie gets shot, and then you get the, oh my god, this is so disrespectful. Then you get the flex tape guy saying, fix it with flex tape, or something like that, like one of those flex tape ads that was known for. Can I just say right there, and by the way, this was on his Instagram when he posted it, that video that he joked about. Wow, like, I don't even think I need to tell you how disrespectful that is. Listen, I have a dark sense of humor too, but when it comes to not only timing, but just the respect of somebody who just got assassinated, all because you don't like their political views, who just wanted to talk to college students about their political views, by the way, because that's what Charlie Kirk was known for. The point where you make fun of his death like that, oh my God. And after when Plagued Moth did that, I immediately unfollowed him. I immediately unsubscribed to his Subscribe Star subscription. I do not want to be associated with somebody like that anymore. I don't understand how you think that's not disrespectful. Believe me, this is not even the first time he has done this. He's also made an AI video of Hulk Hogan and James Charles, and then he made like a post saying that, oh, be grateful that one is dead. Unfortunately, the other one is alive. If you guys don't know, Hulk Hogan also passed away. Again, like, bro, I know Hulk Hogan was no angel. I get it. I've heard all the things. I heard that he was an asshole. But to do that after he died, bro, like, and to put next to an actual predator, bro, I'm not even gonna call Hulk Hogan fat. Say what you want about him, but he wasn't like messaging minors and doing all of this like James Charles did. Like, my God, like, there's no connection to that. Oh my God, that was already bad enough. And that to me was also really disgusting. Like, listen, I was never really a Hulk Hogan fan, but that was so beyond gross. What Plagued Moth did was making an AI video like that. I don't know what he was thinking on that. This is going to be a difficult video because I used to be online acquaintances is more of the word. I wouldn't even really call him a friend. I mean, we didn't really like meet in real life. We've never did. And we've never really like talked to each other all the time online, or we never really even messaged each other. We just mainly like commented on each other's posts, and just that was mainly what we did. Yeah, we did had some communication, I will admit to that, and he has liked my artwork before, so I don't have a connection around with Plagued Moth anymore. And looking through all the new information, I don't really think that I would be friends with this person anyways, because when people were originally calling out Plagued Moth back in 2023, I was so stupid at not looking through it deeper, or I was way too naive to when I was calling out that creepy reading, Lazy Bedhead, and Slime Base. As much as I can't stand any of those three, I will give them this, and they were definitely right about one thing. Plagued Moth does not know how to take criticism well. I will give them that. They do not know how to... He does not know how to take criticism well. And it's honestly, looking back into it, when I look through all of this, it makes sense why people were calling him out. This tweet I sent up here, telling Plagued Moth how sorry I felt about what he went through and what his wife and what his family went through. I sent that tweet up, these tweets here, which was a little 3-page thread. He liked those tweets so much, and so did his wife, Andrea. That was absolutely stupid of me to just assume that he was just being harassed by that creepy reading, because looking back through it now, honestly, I think Plagued Moth and his wife, Andrea, were the ones that were instigating that creepy reading first. Looking back through all of it now, I think that creepy reading was just concerned about what he was doing online with his Discord, his YouTube channel. Looking back to it now I get it. I think now, as I've looked through all of Plagued Moth's content as much as I can, I've learned to wake the fuck up, especially when he would make fun of certain people I don't have to necessarily agree with, but there was no reason for him to bully others for it. And that's another reason why I don't like him now, is because he's a bully. And I don't say that very lightly. Granted, I know shit happened to him around his childhood. He has expressed that to that, especially when he told his story about how he grew up with his mom. And I know Plagued Moth does not really like to talk about it, which I understand that. If I had a mother that was that horrific to me as a child, I get it. I wouldn't want to really talk about that either. And to all the things that had happened to him, I do not wish that on any child ever. And then to also be with his wife Andrea over the years, which this is something I also discovered too, because even other content creators like That Creepy Reading, Lazy Bedhead, and even other ones that I've never even really heard about has said that Andrea was with Plagued Moth when he was 17 years old. I did not know that. And if that's true, that is absolutely gross, considering Andrea is a lot older than Moth. We're not up to that. And I do not like the fact that adults waiting for that child to turn 18 for them to sleep with. I hate it. That is disgusting. And I'm not on board with that. And I also unfollowed Plagued Moth's wife, Andrea, because of how gross that is. Why would you want to be with a 17-year-old? Why would you want to wait until they're 18 where it's legal, where you can finally sleep with them? I don't get it. It is so gross like that. Like, grooming him. That's what she was doing. And looking back now I understand why people were calling her a groomer, because that's what she is, and even still doing to him to this day. And I hate it. And the fact that they actually have kids together is, oh my God. I feel so sorry for those kids. I really do. Another reason why I also don't like Plagued Moth is because he also flips the fuck out when people are trying to call him out. Not only that, but also when people are also even questioning him. Even when he's questioning others, he will just... The perfect example I can think about, too, is when he was interviewing Slime Beast. And before I come back to it, when I originally defended Moth, I said that Slime Beast was, is a predator and everything, which to some extent, I definitely think he's weird. And with all the things there's still things that don't make any sense about, like when he followed this one girl if she was a minor or whatnot. It's still not following up on that one. But I will say this interview that Moth did here.
You also play on the LGBTQ community because why would an asexual save images of minor children? What is your excuse at 26 years? You showed it in your own video. Why? One picture. Why did you have children favorited? And you want to call somebody sick because they used a 60-minute clip. Play your own video. Children favorited where? Oh my God. Why do you keep deflecting this? Yes, DeviantArt, you in the video that you posted today, when you were fucking going, when you were panicked, no DMCA for you. Listen, when you play your own fucking video and you show, oh, this girl with the sunflower, what's wrong with that? That was the first image of a child. We're not even talking about the one you stalked. Very clearly young. How about the nude images on Lolicon? I don't even fucking know. Why is that the question? If she appeared to be a minor. If she appears to be a minor, why are you saving those images? She is very clearly a fucking minor. At the time when you favorited the other images, this girl was 15 years old. You were 26 years old, Christopher. Why were you saving those images? No, not until I'm ready. Christopher, why were you saving images of a 15-year-old girl? Where does it say she's 15? Why did you save explicit images of lollies and actual children? Who? Where? I don't know these children's names, do you? What photos where? Are you talking about on DeviantArt? Yes, you said you saved the child's photo, but you keep saying, what's her age? What's her age? What does it matter? She's clearly not a dwarf or someone that's suffering from some sort of deficiency. She was very, very clearly a child. I have children myself, People who appear young of age in some regard and have said, this is a child, and you favorited the photo. Question, do people have paintings of your walls or photos on their walls where they don't know who the fuck is in it? Absolutely. Can I favorite a photograph from someone? Not a child! Not a child, you fucking absolutely not.
Which, by the way, is no longer on YouTube, as I am aware of. I don't even think it's even on his Discord or anything else anymore either. That interview That's not how you do it, Moth. That is not how you handle asking somebody who is predatory. That is not how you handle it. And granted, I get it. If somebody was predatory in any way, I would normally flip the fuck out too. But if you're interviewing somebody who you are accusing of being a predator, and you keep cutting him out too. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you said you wanted him to talk and explain everything, but yet you keep cutting out, yelling at him, and using profanity at him like that. Looking back to it, that is literally one of the worst interviews made by an online creator I think I've ever seen in my entire life now. That was terrible. And his wife, Andrea, was not helping at the background, as you just heard there. So, the final reason why I do not like Plagued Moth, and this is something that needs to be addressed, is because when people were accusing him of watching some of the clips of Daisy's Destruction or even CSAM, he would immediately also claim, oh no, I didn't see any of that. But then he would describe certain scenes as if he did see it. It's like, bro, you either saw it or you didn't. And if he did see any CSAM, which is this word here that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube here, if he did see any of that, that is a crime. And I don't care if it takes forever. If he did actually see any of that, he needs to be locked up for that. There's no excuse to that. If you are deflecting that situation that you did or you didn't see any of that, that tells me more about you. And more likely, honestly, looking back to it, I think he did see some of that. And he definitely needs to be locked up in prison if he did. And it's disgusting that he would deflect on that, knowing that he's even called other people pedophiles when they're not, because he's getting called out. And that's another thing I don't like about Plagued Moth anymore, looking back into it, is that when you do criticize him, he will call you the worst things, like a pedophile, a bigot, a fascist, whatever. If you don't agree with anything, and this is where the far leftist ideology comes around with him, is that if you don't agree with anything, just like Animat, he will call you names. He will even make really horrible comments about you online if he can find your account or your post. And now looking back, I understand why that creepy reading blocked him, because if you had to deal with somebody that keeps doing that to you because you call the guy out, I would block them too. And that's what I do now. If anybody is trying to be that aggressive and harass me now online, if they do that, now I just block them. He has made false copyright claims on other content creators that he's called out for, which I did say something similar. Well, in a way, why shouldn't he defend himself? But now looking back at that now, I think it's out of the reach. He was, now looking at it now, I think he was pulling an Onision, a Quantum TV, an SS Sniper Wolf concept, copyright claiming people when it's just fair use, it's fair criticism. Looking back at it that is beyond entitlement. And honestly, I think it's scary that people can do that to other people's content, and then they think there's no consequences against them. He mainly just was stalking on their social media before apparently he got blocked by all of them. I don't like that. Okay? Just because that creepy reading had bad takes on you and was even originally harassing you at the beginning does not mean you get to do it back to them like that. There are other ways of doing it while acting like a fucking adult. That creepy reading, if you are watching this, I take back everything I said. I still don't like you. I don't think you are the worst content creator. Looking back into it now, and I take back everything. I'm sorry. And I was wrong about everything. I also like to take back everything I also said about Lazy Bedhead. As much as I don't like you, Lazy Bedhead, again, I don't think you're the worst content creator for me. And as much as a piece of shit I think Slime Beast is, again, I take back everything I said too. I also am sorry for what I said in the original videos about you as well. And same thing goes for Savix, who has defended that creepy reading. Same thing for Knight, who's also defended that creepy reading. And Ringo, that works with that creepy reading. I take back everything that I said in those previous, especially at the last one, when I was talking against that creepy reading in the past. I take everything back, and I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you all are okay now, doing what you need to do. I also want to apologize to Lazy Bedhead. As much as a piece of shit slime beast is, I'll even say how Plagued Moth handled you. I am sorry. I don't think that he handled the way he should have. I also am sorry for what I said in the original videos about you as well. And same thing goes for Savix, who has defended that creepy reading. Same thing for Knight, who's also defended that creepy reading. And Ringo, that works with that creepy reading. I take back everything that I said in those previous, especially at the last one, when I was talking against that creepy reading in the past. I take everything back. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you all are okay now, doing what you need to do. That's all I gotta say mainly on all of this. So in conclusion about Plagued Moth, he is a far leftist, will not take criticism, and when you call him out, he will deflect, he will deny, and if you push it over to the edge for him to confess, he will go absolutely mad to you, and he will put it against you. And I hate that. I hate people who do that kind of shit. And honestly, when they do that, it tells me more about them. I know Plagued Moth had a horrible childhood, but that is no excuse for doing that. And since he's never really had any sort of figure in his life who ever treated him good, including his wife, by the way. I think once he was with his wife when he was 17 years old, before they were even married and everything. I think what happened to his life fucked his head so much that he thinks this is normal, almost in a way. Now, granted, definitely not the human trafficking part, definitely not the whole child abuse part, but it has fucked his head so much. I don't even know if he knows the difference between right or wrong. And that's what's so scary about it. It's so funny, when I started this video, I originally wanted to go over every post he posted on Instagram, but I don't think it's worth it. You can go to his Instagram and see exactly what I'm talking about, why he's very unhinged now. And I can't anymore. And I just can't be with somebody who acts this way. This is beyond being immature. This is just being a bully and being very vindictive. That's mainly what I can describe him. But what do you guys all think? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like any of my other content and you're not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. I also have my link tree down below where you can find my social media, and art shops down below where you can get my art prints and merch. And that's really it. Thank you all for listening. Take care.